for the video embed link for this broadcast. All right, and then I'm gonna go back to I'm gonna go back to Webinar X. Oh, let me go back. There we go. I'm gonna quickly edit the webinar I just created earlier. And under streaming, I'm gonna add that code. Right, just the iframe code for the YouTube live event. All right, and now that code is already there. I can integrate this one with my autoresponder. I can send a webinar invite link as well. So let me just send this to everyone. So you can just also check it out. There we go. And let me know how once you see the link. I can create my own landing page here using the what you see and what you get landing page creator. So anyone who checks this out, for example, will be able to get a landing page here. So you can either customize it with images, content, and just getting the regular template here. If you want more info for that, you can also embed a video, like a welcome video to that. All right. So instead of just having to create another page, just create a webinar invite. You can just create it inside Webinar X. You'll be able to add the webinar replay automatically. So once they do, for example, um, the webinar ends, you have your replay page already set up for you, and you can even set an expiration date for your webinar replay. You can have Facebook comment integration, and you have retargeting as well on every single page that you set up. You have the welcome page, which is going to be before you launch itself or for the webinar itself. You have the live page, and you have the end page or the replay page there. All right. And of course, you'll also be able to automatically send out notifications, either reminders via your own SMTP or using a built-in SMTP with Webinar X. You can schedule it as well, and you can just exclude your list as well, or exclude buyers whenever you email. And you already have a template here that you can use right away. You have a reminder template, an invitation template, and a closing template as well. And this message or this email will be sent out to your list or to your customers list. Right? So for example, this one, all you have to do is just either click on the list that you want to send it to, the list that you want to exclude, right? Select the sending method, for example, and either schedule it now or a few minutes, or say 60 minutes before the webinar itself. Or you can just manually send an invitation there as well. All right. So guys, let me know. Let me know if you think this is an awesome platform where you can do emails, you can do landing pages, and webinars in by itself. All right. So let's get this thing fired up. All right. So let's go back to the webinar section here. And instead of having the welcome page, let's start it up. I'm gonna click on live, click on save. There we go. Our webinar is now live. And let's say, for example, on Facebook, or not Facebook, but Google Hangouts, let me share my screen. There we go. And I can also check this out. Let's say, for example, I want to sign in to my own webinar. Where's that here? Or invitation. Where's the invitation part? There we go. And let me open this up in incognito so and I can sign up here. There we go. Boom. I have my webinar platform here. I can ask questions. I can have a shared URL. I can upvote. I can downvote as well. Say, for example, hey, will this work for my business? I'm gonna quickly send that to whoever is doing the webinar. And just like on GoToWebinar, just like when you send out a question in the chat, I can also see that here. So I have two links here. I can either invite a panelist or a VA to help me with the questions, or I can just answer the question themselves using this built-in platform. So I can add a link. Let's say, for example, I can reply to this question first. Let's say, absolutely. There we go. Either send it publicly. There we go. And that also is going to appear here. Right? I can share a link. Let's say I want to share the link to the checkout page, for example. There we go. Click on add, boom, and that will also show up on the platform here. All right, so I have a question here. How can I hide the YouTube live stream from YouTube channel because I want people to sign up on my website instead of watching directly on YouTube? You just send them the link for GoToWebinar. Rather, you would just send them the link to your webinar on Webinar X. All right. Yeah. So the only thing that they're going to be able to see would be this one. Of course, they can still go directly to the YouTube stream, but the first thing that before they can even get to the uh, the streaming is that they're already signed up to your list. Right? You can hide the stream itself on your YouTube channel, like set it up as unlisted. So they have to go through the Webinar X registration page just to be even to see the video link. Holger, let me know if that answered your question. Can you edit the branding logo? Yes. Is this better than AutoNARS? Well, it depends. If you are only gonna do webinar replays, AutoNARS would be a good platform. But if you want to do both live webinars and also be able to do webinar replays or webinar replay as live events, then this would work as well with that. It really depends on your needs. If you want to do both live and pre-recorded webinars, Webinar X is an awesome platform. But if you want to do only webinar replays only, then AutoNARS would be something for you. Okay. Let me see. Can you only host it on YouTube here? As for now, yes. But there are going to be, as you can see, we are actually expanding this to support other platforms in the future. So you have YouTube Live, you have live streaming, any other event or embed code that you can do, and you can have autopilot video streaming as well through a software. All right, sure. Can we use retargeting here? Absolutely. We even have a specific section there as well just for that. So we can have a retargeting just for those who visited the welcome page and did not sign up. You can say, hey, did you sign up yet for the webinar? We're going to have an ad for that. Let's say, for example, a live page code. So it means anyone who have signed up but have not watched the webinar, you can put a retargeting code there and saying, hey, the webinar is starting. If you missed it, click here. Right? And if you have the end code, for example, we're going to have an ad that's mainly focused on the promo is going to be closing soon. The price is going to increase. It's going to increase soon. So check this out. Check out the webinar replay here, and get access before the offer expires. So yes, a quick answer would be yes. You can do retargeting not just on the entire page itself, but on every single page based on the action they do. All right, let me know if this makes sense, guys. Give me a quick yes right now if this is making sense. And this is why it's the perfect webinar platform designed specifically for marketing. So let's go with Holger's question earlier. Can you show me how to set up an unlisted version? Well, the unlisted version is very easy, right? Um, when you create the webinar, you have the option here to either, let's say, click on live event here, to either put this either on public here or private or unlisted. That's how you create it. But let's say, for example, you want to do a webinar as, I mean, a pre-recorded webinar. Who here wants to learn how to do a pre-recorded webinar as a live event on Webinar X? Give me a yes right now in the chat if you want to learn how to do that. Well, there are tutorials on how to do it inside the software, but let me show you how easy it is. Yep, no ads. All right, so let me show you. You can do this with your own video, or you can actually do it as well on someone else's video, using someone else's video, right? Again, with great power comes greater responsibility. So I will not tell you that it's bad. It really, I will just tell you that use it responsibly. Okay, so I do recommend you to use the software responsibly instead of just using it or taking record everyone's video instead of theirs. All right, so let me switch from one account to the other here. I do have the KV Social logo, for example, here instead. And let me go to my channel. There we go. And let's say I'm going to use one of the recordings of our webinar. Right? Let's say, for example, I want to use the Ad Connect video, right? So this is a pre-recorded webinar we did on June 6th. And all I need to get is the embed code. So I can go to click on embed. I can copy this code here. I can then schedule a new webinar altogether. So let me just end this here. There we go. Oh, and let's schedule a new webinar. Right? So I'm gonna click on webinars again. I'm gonna click on create new webinar. Right? Let's say replay as live. Replay as live. All right. Click on next. Click on next. I'm just gonna skip through this. Eastern start date would be 16th, and the start time would say it's gonna be 5 o'clock, 1 hour and a half. Click on next. Click on add. Click on edit. Stream. Go back to the streaming part. All right. You have the embed code of the video that I want to use from here. Click on live. I mean save rather. And here's the thing. I can put this, right? I can enable the auto start for this, right? Click on save. Just like that. I'm also going to show wait for host pop-up. And guys, even if I don't log in, I just have to schedule it that will auto start automatic on the specific time. I can set the reminder as well in advance, and I don't need to log in. This webinar will start by itself and will email your list by itself, and your audience will never know that it's just a replay. And of course, you can get your VA to handle the chat themselves as well here. Guys, let me know if this is an awesome tool to help you automate webinars. So you can just do one webinar and use the replay over and over again. Will you have to set up YouTube Live? Not anymore. You only need to set up YouTube Live when you do a live webinar. But if you're gonna do a pre-recorded webinar as a live event, you just need the embed code of any YouTube video. All right. So guys, let me know. Let me know if you think this is an awesome tool that can help you run or automate webinars, and of course, sell more by offering this as a service. Now, for those who are asking, here's the cool thing, guys. For every webinar that you're gonna schedule here, remember that there was an option to either set it up as private here, and if everything is scheduled there, everyone is also gonna be able to see, right, all the webinars you have scheduled so that they can get updated with that. So can you use your own domain name? Yes, you can. You have a custom domain name that you could use. Let's say, for example, let me show you this. So neil.webinarx.io, for example, if I'm going to open this up in incognito, there we go, I will see all the scheduled webinars here as well. So if I put that under public, but if I set it to private, let's say a private coaching, they won't see that here, right? You'll also be able to select the time zone. You'll be able to put your own domain name and your own logo as well, right? So if you go to profile, you can have your own email addresses here. You can have your own notification email as well. And you can set up your own SMTPs if you don't want to use the public SMTP that comes along with Webinar X. Does YouTube charge for live events? Nope. It's completely for free. As long as you have a YouTube account, regardless if it's a personal or business account. Actually, I have both. KV is the business account, while I have mine here as my personal YouTube account. All right. So guys, let me know. Give me a quick yes right now if you think this is an awesome tool that can help you generate an extra $10,000 a month without you doing all the work. Let me know. Let me know if you think this is an awesome tool to use and it could help you